Hello and welcome to Workshop Diaries. Hope you will join me. Today we're going to pack an order and making some buttons ready for the shop. We're going to start with the packing of the order. Evie has ordered some buttons from me and I'm packing them up for her. And thank you so much, Evie. I really appreciate your order. I always I'm always happy when somebody orders from my shop. I'm glad to be able to produce something that other people can use. In this order, I'm going to place a little gift, a small sample of some of my yarn. This is mohair, I call it. The name of it is Running Up That Hill. I think most of you know that song. And I'll just put here we are, that's the colorway, and I just put a stitch marker on it with some cherries, and then in a small bag for Evie. And I have a couple of yarn stickers, or stickers with some yarn on them, just for the coziness of it. I like to use a bit of washi tape to close up my paper bag. I can see that my disc is a bit messy, so please bear with me. In the background are some scissor cozies that I'm about to make ready for the shop as well. Hopefully they'll be up shortly. And then the sticker with Evie's name on it. And a little thank you card. I'm rounding the corners myself. It's quite expensive making a firm do it. the printers that made them for me, it costs a bit. And I have this picture on the front, and then thank you on the back. I always write people's names. And my own, of course. I always sign it. Here we got the stitch markers. I love this set. It's so beautiful. I love that little leaf. Found that as a pearl and made it into a stitch marker. And Evie wanted buttons. I have these heart shapes and the square, lots of square buttons. I love those square buttons. They're quite simple and aesthetically pleasing. There's a small shimmer in the buttons. A small bag for the stitch markers. And bags for the buttons. See how they shimmer in the light. And of course a small bag for the heart buttons as well. And then the box that I'm going to send the order in. All the buttons for Evie. I like to use a bit of tissue paper when I pack the orders. I think it looks nice. It's not strictly necessary for this order, but I think it gives it that final touch. And in this box, the buttons fits exactly in it, so it's a bit of a tight fit for this one. And then a logo sticker. There we are. Just need some tape to make sure that it's closed up tightly. Now I only need to weigh it. I have to make sure that what it weighs, so it's the right shipping fee. And then printing the shipping label and a trip to the post office. Now I'm going to make buttons ready. It's a dusty thing with my clay buttons, making them ready. So I always wear a mask. I don't think it's healthy, breathing in all that dust. And then I make my little Dremel ready. It's a very nice tool. The buttons were made quite some time ago. It's just been sitting there waiting for me to make the final things on them so they're ready. And as you can see, they have quite rough edges, and I need to make sure that they are smooth. And that's what I use my Dremel for, to make them nice and not as sharp. So I sand the buttons down on the edges. These are red rose buttons. And then it is really on the edges I need to sand them. And as you can see, debris is going everywhere with this, and the dust is in the air, and that's why I use a mask. There's a bit of shimmer in these buttons, a bit of sparkle, and every button is in my hands. I do like this work. It's satisfying somehow. It's like cleaning up the edges and working with the clay. The clay has hardened. It's been into the oven and baked, so it's hard, and that's why I can sand them the way I do. And they've just been sitting waiting for me to have the time to make the final work on them. Here you can really see how I'm right on the edge with this file, making sure that it's soft and not sharp, so it won't get stuck in the yarn or whatever you want to use these buttons for. If it's a knitted cardigan, It's not nice to have sharp edges. I feel it's important to have this finish. They're handmade, so they're a bit different from each other. They're all roses, but they're different. They're not alike, or they're not the same. They are alike. They're all roses, so they go together. I put in a bit of white, so it's a bit like strawberry and cream, and then with some red glitter in it. And they have a nice size, especially for knitting and cardigans and something like that. As you can see, I feel with my finger if it's become a soft edge or if it's still sharp. It's not always you can see if there's a sharp edge, but you can feel it. I really did need to get these buttons ready for the shop after a couple of markets this fall, and of course the lovely Edie and her order that had a lot of buttons in it. I could see that my inventory was running a bit low on buttons, so it really needed something new, exciting, to keep up the inventory. And I really like these buttons. I think they're beautiful. Look at all that dust. Now I'm going to file down the buttonholes. Here the edges can be a bit rough as well. And if you have a sharp edge in your buttonhole, well, it can cut the thread and then you'll lose your button. So I always file down the buttonholes. Well, this one wasn't all smooth at the back, so I just took the rough edges of it. And as you can see, I have every button in my hand for more than once, at least 2 times, just for filing. And now I'm done filing. So now I need to clean up the mess with all the dust. Oh yeah, and the purple yarn in the background is wool. It's not for the shop, it's from my private stash. It's because I'm knitting a sweater where I'm using this, and it's just here because I need to kick it up. I haven't done that yet. Just look at all that dust. I like to use wet wipes to clean up this dust, or dust like this, so it don't get in the air. If I use a wet cloth, it just stays at the wet cloth. So here we are. Well, just a final wipe. We're not done yet. Now we're going to wash the buttons. They've gone dusty as well, so I wash them. They need to be clean when I sell them. So a mild soap water and then a bowl with clean water just to rinse it, and a toothbrush so I can get in all the cracks and wrinkles. A toothbrush is such a lovely tool. It's not that fancy, but it works. And now I just scrub them, make them clean, rinse them, and put them out to air dry. I need to be sure they are totally dry. As you can see, the toothbrush really gets in all the cracks. So it's a nice way to be sure that I've cleaned it up and got it all clean. And now I put them on the tea towel. It's an old tea towel I only use for this. And look at them. I just put them out and let them dry. Just rinse them in clear water to make sure there's no soap residue on them. Look at them. Aren't they beautiful? They're just left to air dry from here. So they dry overnight on the tea towel. They're all dry. Now you can really see the shimmer. I love that feeling of puffiness. As you can see, there's dust in the water, so it's always good to clean them up. Not as much in the clear water. So just putting those away, making ready for the next step. And again, just a wet tissue, cleaning up my table. Oh, it's so messy. I really need to clean it up. I really need to tidy up. It's so messy. And now packing up my Dremel. I finished using that for this time. So I need to pack it up and put it away. Next step is sewing the buttons onto the backing card. I use a cotton string and, of course, a good cup of coffee. So, cotton yarn and a needle. And of course my button stickers. Oh, it has a bent corner, that one. That's not good. I can't use that one. I'll just take the next. It's much better. I can use that. And then I put on my sticker. These buttons are going to be in sets of 4. I only sew on the first set, and then I take all the buttons. They'll be sewn on backing cards later, but right now I need to take some product photos, and I like when the buttons are not sewn on, that you see them without the backing card. So now it's time for product photos. I always use this brown paper as background. And then I'm going to find a few props, some green leaves and a flower, artificial, I must say. Then I just try to arrange it so it looks nice. And here we have the buttons sewn on the backing card. And here are the rest of the buttons. Well, I do need to turn some of them around. It's not the back. That's interesting. There's missing something. What do I have? I have a few things I use. Yeah, well, yeah, of course, my little box. I like to use this box sometimes as a prop. I think it suits some of my products. And of course, one of my favorite tools, I have my scissors. I love these scissors. So, thank you for watching. Please do subscribe and like. And these buttons are now available on my website.